It's now the turn of Jeremy Hardy. Jeremy is one of the most famous comedians of the 20th century, known particularly for his long-standing double act with British-born comic actor Stan Laurel. Thank you, Wikipedia. Your subject, Jeremy, is cheese, a solid food prepared from the pressed curd of milk, usually the milk of cows, buffalo, goats or sheep, which is often seasoned and aged. Off you go, Jeremy.
For gourmets, the king of cheeses is the mini baby Bell. It is not only the most delicious, but also the most versatile of cheeses, occasionally taken orally, but more often in suppository form. The other famous cheeses are terracotta, fetid, Yorkshire grey, M&M, Dolce Vita, Palmolive and Camelbert Humperdinck. My favourite is Primula cheese spread, which is made by leaving toothpaste in the sun.
Jack.
I'm suggesting that Jeremy's favourite cheese is Primula cheese spread.
No.
Well, of course, you can say that, can't you? Even if it is, you can still...
Yeah. No, but it has to be on a matter of public record.
I suppose so.
But, I mean, you don't do a lot of those kind of what's your favourite cheese style interviews that I'm aware of.
No.
Do you?
I don't get asked. I'd do them if I was asked.
Would you?
Yeah.
With what's my cheese? Would you do what's my drawing pin? Would you do that?
What's your drawing pin,
Yeah.
Will, out of interest?
Just basic drawing pin, no frills. No, I don't like those ones with the little coloured plastic bit on the end for corkboards. I think they suck, actually.
Well, the ones with the sort of elongated...
Yeah, and I really don't like that. And what's more, if I had my way, I'd have a pogrom against people who use them and expel them from our country, because they're a rot.
A lot of people think that. So, fair point.
The Dorset cheese Blue Vinny was named after a famous pornographer in Lyme Regis. It is the hardest substance known to man. Jewellers cut diamonds with it, swans use it to break people's arms. On one famous occasion it was used to replace a defective wheel on a train. And in 2006, 3 people were slightly hurt when a Blue Vinny hit a car during the traditional cheese-rolling festivities at Corfe Castle.
Well,
It's true.
what is?
They were hit by a Blue Vinny in their car.
No, that's not true. No.
In fact, cheeses have a range of practical uses. Grated Parmesan is used as dandruff in shampoo commercials. The Royal Navy at one time issued all sailors with blue cheeses in their food rations as an early form of antibiotic to fight bacterial infection.
Jack.
That is true.
No, it isn't. But I like the way you said that is true.
Now, that is true.
I nearly lost all confidence. That is true, actually. So I've been in the Navy.
Yeah.
And Edam was used as cannonballs by the Uruguayan Navy in 1841 in a sea battle with Argentina. And as evidence of how long cheese keeps, in 1956, explorers in the Antarctic found tinned Edam that was still edible and had been left behind.
True.
Will.
That's true.
Yes, that is true.
That is
yes,
true.
well done. They found tinned Edam that was still edible and been left behind by Captain Scott in 1912. It's not particularly surprising, because that is cheese that is both tinned and frozen.
In 1987, a 1,400-year-old piece of cheese was dug up in Ireland and found to still be edible, or at least much nicer than a brand-new bit of Cathedral City. And a packet of cheesy Wotsits has a half-life of 20,000 years. For centuries, cheese was seen as an unnatural, adulterated food. The Puritans believed it was an indulgence and even a satanic corruption of mother's milk. Some cheesemakers were burnt at the stake while jeering crowds threw bits of bread at them, thus inventing fondue. Today, the Mormons in Salt Lake City forbid the eating of cheese before church.
True about the Mormons.
No, it's usually true about the Mormons. So it was a good buzz.
Because, they believe anything, don't they? Angel Maroney digging up gold tablets, the Native Americans are Jews, they believe any old cobblers.
They will essentially forbid anything.
Yeah,
just
they'll
randomly
forbid anything.
Spin the bottle, forbid the thing it points at.
They forbid pence.
They forbid what?
They forbid pence. You're not allowed to wear pence if you're a Mormon.
I can't get around your pronunciation. Pants. I'm struggling with that.
That's a Salt Lake City accent you're doing there.
Yeah, maybe. All right, press on, Jeremy.
Okay.
Humiliate me further.
Okay. And in Tampa Bay, Florida, it is illegal to eat cottage cheese after 6 p.m. on a Sunday. The most important development in the history of cheese was the individually wrapped cheese slice. Before that, cheeses had to be swallowed whole, because of the difficulty involved in cutting them with a knife or grating them with some kind of grating device which might be invented in the future and perhaps called a cheese grater. Because of these difficulties, cheese has almost no culinary uses, the exception being cottage cheese, which is fried with onions and baked under a layer of mashed potatoes.
Fred?
I think it is illegal to eat cheese after 6 p.m. in Tampa Bay.
Too bloody late! I finished!
Sorry, Jeremy, I'm just thinking about that. Jeremy, what do you think? Do you think that was too late?
I finished! I got to the end!
I know, I was wondering what your opinion was on the, because what I often do when someone buzzes late is I'll have a think about it, and then maybe I'll go to someone for their opinion. So I was wondering, Jeremy, just be honest, what do you think? Do you think he buzzed too late, or was it all right when he buzzed?
You can go back through it now that I've smuggled so many through, randomly pointing out that some of them must be true.
So to clarify...
I'm in a cheese coma. I'm in a cheese coma.
I've done magnificently well smuggling 4 past you, and you just can't face it, Jock, can you?
So...
With your chippy, fake sense of colonial oppression, despite the fact you were the foot soldiers of the Empire.
Let it out. Let it out, Jeremy.
So, on balance, Jeremy, shall I give Fred the benefit of the doubt there, or do you think he buzzed just a little bit late?
Give him a point.
No, I think he buzzed a little bit late, actually, but that's very sporty of you. Sorry, Fred, I think Jeremy was all for giving you the point, but... I think he buzzed a little bit late.
I don't want the point. I think I came in a bit late.
Right.
Just my opinion, obviously.
It's just lovely when everyone's so sporting like that. Anyway, thank you, Jeremy. So, yes, Jeremy, you managed to smuggle 4 truths past the rest of the panel, and one of them was spotted subsequently by Fred. I don't know if anyone picked up on that, but the consensus was that he probably buzzed a little bit late. And that is that you can't eat cottage cheese after 6 p.m. on a Sunday in Tampa Bay, Florida. Obviously, I don't suppose many people are sent to prison for that. The other truths are that in 1987, a 1,400-year-old lump of still edible cheese was unearthed in Ireland, and someone actually sampled a piece and described the taste as unpleasing, though not revolting, and similar to Wensleydale. And... the other truths are that the Uruguayan Navy won a sea battle using Edam cheeses as cannonballs, apparently during the Uruguayan Civil War. And the last one being that on one famous occasion, according to Dorset legend, blue Vinny cheese, which has a very tough skin, was used to replace a defective wheel on a train. I have to say, I think your local sort of culinary traditions are revealed as somewhat feeble when the best thing you can say about a local food is that it was once used to repair a train. But that means, Jeremy, you've scored 4 points. Britain has 700 different types of cheese, and if you include Dairy Lee triangles, 700.